today we will see how to solve a Diophantine equation. We'll start with an easy problem. Now this problem is 57x plus 95y equals 19. Our goal is to find out the values of x and y such that x and y are integer values, and then 57 times x plus 95 times y will give us 19. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to check if this equation is solvable, if it is possible to solve. So we take the coefficients 57 and 95 and find out their GCD. So 57 and 95 and the GCD comes out to be 19 and exactly as this number. So therefore this is solvable. Alright, now we have two numbers. These are the two coefficients 57 and 95. How about we write them broken down, like 95 is the bigger number, right? So if I write 95 equals 57, 57 times 1 plus 38. So if we break down, if we try and divide 95 with 57, so the remainder we get is 38. So 95 equals 57 times plus 38. Now we bring down the 57 again and we try and break it down with the help of the number 38. So with 38 times 1 we get 19. So 38 plus 19 57, and 57 plus 38 is 95. Okay, here we got our number. This is 19, and then if you, so 19 is our GCD. 19 was the GCD, and we continue doing this process. We continue doing this step by step process until we reach the GCD. When we reach the GCD, we stop, and then the next, this is the second step. In the third step we will write this same process in the opposite manner. For example, here our last step was 57 equals 38 plus 19. Okay, so we write it down in the opposite way. We write it 57 minus 38 equals 19. Okay, so 57 minus 38 equals 19. Now if you see this step, if you see this step and if you see our problem, you will see that there is quite a lot of similarity. You see this 57 and we have a 57 here, we have a 19 here, and we have a 19 there as well, but then the odd one out is 38 and here we have 95. So your guess is correct. We have to change this 38 into 95. Now if you see in the second step, we had our first line, the first equation that we had written is in this manner. So therefore we can substitute. So therefore we can write 57 minus, in place of 38 we can write this one as 95 minus 57 equals 19. So this gives us 57 minus 95 plus 57 equals 19, and therefore we have here 57 times 2 plus 95 times minus 1 equals 19. So therefore you see that we have one solution here with us, that exactly looks like 57x plus 95y equals 19, and the first solution is x equals 2 and y equals minus 1. This is one set of solution, and this is one set of solution, and this is how we find out a Diophantine equation. But then, having said that, x equals to 2 and y equals minus 1 is not the only solution. There must be several other solutions. Since this is not the only solution, so what I have done is that if for 57x plus 95y, this represents a straight line in a graph. So what I have done was that I have gone ahead and drawn that graph, and I have found out that x equals to 2 and y equals minus 1 is 1 point. Right, now if you try and find out another point that has exact values, so that will be the other point here as the point number B, that is 7 and minus 4, and then the next point is at C, that is minus 3 and 2, and one more point is at D, that is 12 and minus 7. So if you see if you look closely, you will find out that all these four solutions have something in common. And the common thing is that they either increase by 5, the x values are either increasing by 5 or decreasing by 5, and the values of y values increase and decrease by 3. So the x values increase and decrease by 5 and the y values increase and decrease by 3. Now the first solution that we found was 2n minus 1. Alright, and the next solution that we found is 7n minus 4. So therefore you see here that there is a increase of 5 and subsequently there is a decrease of 3. Okay, similarly if you see the next point, that is 12 and minus 7, so there also there is an increase of 5 again and there is a decrease of minus 3 one more time. In this manner we can predict what will be the next solution for that Diophantine equation, and this plus 5 and minus 3 does not ever change. Now if you have to go above, then what you do is that you decrease 5 and you increase 3. Okay, now that thing being cleared, let us try and find out what is 5 and what is 3. In this case our problem was 57x plus 95y equals 19. Now the 5 is actually 95 divided by 19 and the 3 is actually 57 divided by 19. Alright, now taking this into consideration, therefore can we not generalize the solution, that is we get every solution. Now every solution would be, we can write here x equals 2 plus 95 over 19 t. Okay, so there we can write here as 2 plus 5t, and t can be any random value. T can be any random value provided it is integer. And for the y values, therefore similarly we can write y equals, what was the first value of y that we found out? It was minus 1. And since all the y values have decrease of minus 3, therefore we can write here as negative 57 over 19 times t, or y equals minus 1 minus 3t. The general solution of the problem is x equals 2 plus 5t and y equals minus 1 minus 3t. To do a summary of whatever we have studied, is that we have solved the problem 57x plus 95y equals 19, and the GCD of 57 and 95 was 19. So therefore, since the GCD of 57 and 95 is 19, therefore this whole equation is solvable because 57x plus 95y equals 19. So that is the point that is checked. Okay, now when we have solved the problem, what is the solution? The solution x equals x naught, that is one particular solution that we would find out while solving these things. We'll find out a particular solution and then x naught, and we will write here plus, and this here comes as 95 over 19 times t. This is one solution, and the other solution is y equals y naught minus 57 over 19 times t, and t can take any integer values, that is minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, anything. All right, now to generalize the whole thing, if we have a problem that is ax plus by equals c, and the GCD of a and b is another number, that is, let's call it as g for simplification purpose, and then let's consider that g is, or rather c is divisible by g, because if c is not divisible by d, then this equation is not solvable. So therefore the equation is solvable. Now what is the solution of this problem? The solution of the problem is x equals x naught plus b over g times t, and y equals y naught plus minus a over g times t. Now be aware that the division part, this part is not the coefficient c. It's not the coefficient c. It is actually the GCD that will be written here. Because in our earlier case, 19 was the coefficient here and 19 was the GCD also. So therefore we had no hesitation to write 19 here. But in this case, within the generalization case, the c will not come here. This is one thing that is to be understood. So thank you so much. We'll come with a problem next time.